Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be using some Vine charcoal and pastels. I am going to be using the image that I found from Paint My Photo, and let me see if I can find his name, Paul Salford. So if you have an account with Paint My Photo, that's where I got the image from. That's the photographer. So I'm slowly sketching out the face of the owl with Vine charcoal. It's a big jumbo Vine charcoal that I got from one of my professors. And the cool thing about Vine charcoal is that you can erase it on paper pretty easily because it just wipes off. So if you make a mistake, you can just wipe it off, which is awesome because I make tons of mistakes while I'm sketching out photos and trying to figure out the facial structure and adjusting certain things. So if you like to sketch out your image first and you tend to mess up a lot, use charcoal. That's a great way to start. Instead of using your fingers, you really should use a paper towel or something like that so that you don't get your hands as dirty as I do and you don't transfer the oils in your hands. But I'm not really worried about that today. This is just for the video. So yeah, I'm trying to sketch out that kind of heart shape and just creating lines to help me map out the facial structure. And I zoomed out. So this is just going to be a part 1 of the sketching of the owl, and I'm going to do some pastel on the facial area, and then the rest of the body will be a part 2. So I just want to let you guys know beforehand. So now I'm starting with some pastels, and I believe these are the Rembrandt pastels. I mixed them up with, I think, some that I got from Amazon. So I use a wide range of different brands. I'm not really concerned with just using one brand. I just really like these, so I just use them. So yeah. And you can always break your pastels in order to get a better hold on them. I can't speak English. So now I'm just looking for areas where it looks like there's purple, or areas that I want to add purple because I love the color purple. My entire room is purple, just saying. The blues I'm using for shadows, for like the really dark areas. And then I'm using the gray and blend it in. Like I said, use a towel, anything but your hand, like I am doing. I'm adding some black. Darkening the eyes, well, darkening one eye at least. I kind of just work around the entire drawing. I don't tend to stay in one spot because I am concerned with how it looks as a whole, because sometimes when you just work on one spot and you don't worry about the other areas, it kind of looks kind of wonky. You want everything to look great as a unit. I hope I explained that well. So I'm just adding orange to the edges, blending it out. I'm not really concerned with perfection. This is kind of a abstract way of portraying the barn owl. And right there I'm just mapping out kind of like the beak. So I'm just adding some dark areas, breaking the pastel, blending it in, kind of using the side of my pastel instead of the point. The left side of the owl was much darker than the right side, so that's why I'm adding that deep blue. It's kind of like a cobalt blue. I'm just adding a little highlights where I see them in the photo. Don't be afraid to add color in your pastel drawings. I mean, sometimes I add colors that I actually like because I already know that they'll look good. Don't be afraid to add colors that you don't see in a photo. You don't have to use black. You can always use a dark purple or a dark blue. I mean, those kind of colors change the feeling of the photos, so I kind of like playing with it. It's kind of like an Instagram filter. So I'm just making sure my lines are curved around the eyes because the feathers kind of mold around. I don't know how to explain that, but you get my drift. Adding some dark areas to separate. Just blending out the back because I no longer need that color. I'm adding like a light gray. Adding some feathers along the middle of the face to add dimension. Just make sure that you're curving that you're making accurate marks. I mean, like, if the feather goes in one direction in the photo, you have to draw it that way or else it won't look real. Just try to follow the angles. Keep your hand loose. few highlights here and there with that bright blue. Adding a background color, I wanted to do a gray. Maybe I'll do a little darker by the next video, but I quite like this. I don't mind it. But I'm gonna build up on it. Right now I'm just gonna fix certain spots, add some dark areas, and fill in that left eye. And that, with just filling in the eye, that gives it life, in my opinion. I'm just fixing the beak. Adding some depth. So I'm finishing up the video right now. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something today, and I hope you try the photo out. Please comment and subscribe. Thank you for following. Bye guys.